G.B. Zechendorf, born in Berlin in 1948, is married, has 3 sons and 6 grandchildren. He's a trained librarian and documentalist and has worked at European Commission, where he had built up a large documentation about biotechnology and life sciences, directed studies and organized workshops. Since 2011, he has retired and is living in Brussels. Among his numerous writing, today the author is connected with us to introduce us to his latest publication, entitled A Way Without an End, which has been out since August 2021. Hi Bernard, how are you? It's a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, hi, I'm fine. I hope you are fine too.
Yeah. Okay, let's just set the scene of your book. Where is it and what is it about?
Well, the book has been set up in an imaginary world, very realistically presented, without any magic or witches or monsters. And it's a world in turmoil. That means the king of the empire is dying and has not arranged any succession. His adopted son is unfit for governing, and his only daughter cannot take over the throne because she has to choose a husband who will become king, and she refuses. So in the meantime, the powerful counts are preparing for a civil war, and even the head of the priests is playing an ambiguous role. That is the situation at the start of the story.
Great. In this setting, who are the main characters?
Yeah, it's centering around 4 characters, 2 men and 2 women. Let's take the men first because it's the easier part. One is the best of the king's messengers, and that means not a courier, but a secret agent carrying out dangerous missions and dealing with all the powerful people in the empire in following orders from the imperial government. In fact, not the king. It's just his title. And he's a very strong and skilled man, disciplined, always under self-control, or obeying orders, of course, and with high moral standards. But there is something fishy in his past that will come out. He had been a trained officer in the Royal Army together with Gonjago, the other high-ranking official, who becomes again his rival for the post of the commander of the Palace Guard, which is considered even higher than that of the commander of the Royal Army. Gonjago is the ideal hero, very tall, very strong. All the women are after him. And he's, of course, taking advantage and all the time winning. But then somebody is framing him. There's a secret. He is also the lover of the princess. And that might be play a role or might be not. Anyway, Gonjago is doing the wrong step, killing a man, fleeing instead of taking his responsibilities, and he disappears. And in that position, or this moment, Jo is taking the decision to withdraw. So there will be somebody less competent for this post. That has happened 10 years ago, before the story is starting. Then the third person, Anila, the princess, is a very difficult character. He is, in fact, very alone and never had friends, very well guarded, can almost never doing something on her own initiative. Used to luxury, of course, very moody, and he had had a traumatic experience in the past, and since then refusing all men. And that creates the big problem. And on top of it, he is disappearing. Nobody knows what had happened. And that means the empire is threatened. And in this situation, Jora, on a mission in the far west, the province of Daldai, is staying at a small village where he meets a girl called Nufira, the shoemaker's daughter, who is interested in getting out of this boring hole and seeing the world. And she convinced him to take her as an assistant to the king's messenger. Has never been laid down that it could not be a girl. So Joe accepts her, trained her, she educates her, and then they get the order to rush back to the capital. But she has some problems because she should be disciplined, self-controlled, respectful to elders, and those are exactly her weak points.
Okay, let's not reveal too much, though. One last question for you. Who would you suggest your book to? Who's the target reader? Is it a book for everyone?
Well, it's a kind of fantasy novel, even though it's a realistic upset, but it could be of interest to almost anybody, let's say starting with adolescents with a certain knowledge of the world, how it is working, because power play is the main topic in the complex story.
Great. Then we want to wish you very good luck with this new publication, and we hope to read more from you.
Thank you. Yeah.
A Way Without an End is a triumphant tale of life, showing that true strength and values come from within, regardless of appearance. An extraordinary example of a woman who stepped out of her traditional female role to recover her whole kingdom. It is now available in bookstores and online. A Way Without an End by G.B. Zechendorf, a publication by Europe Books.